guys, I'm Mike.
And I'm Tom.
And we are Bible fanatics.
We love the Bible.
Well, we love it, that's for sure. But we want you guys to love it too. And today we're going to help you by teaching you to recite all 66 books of the Bible.
Whoa. Slow down, Mike. All 66 in one day? That's a little crazy.
Yeah, but we're crazy about the Bible.
Sure we are, but 66 books? Come on, Mike. This series is just getting started. Can't we just break it down a little bit more than that?
Well, okay. Maybe so, Tom. How about this? How about we just memorize the Old Testament? That's only 39 books today. That's not so hard.
How about we just break it down to the first 5 books?
Oh, you mean the Pentateuch?
Yeah, well, if you want to give it a fancy name, or you could just call it the Law. The first 5 books of the Bible are the Law, or the Pentateuch.
Okay, well, sometimes, like you said, they are called the Pentateuch, but that's not what's important here today, okay? What is important is that you know these books, they're the beginning of a story that's still going on today, Tom, and that story is about us. It's about us.
Right. In the beginning, God created the world. We put our hands like this to remind us that God created the world in Genesis.
Yes, and of course, after God made the world got a little messed up.
Adam and Eve.
Yep, Adam and Eve, they sinned, but you know what? God didn't give up on us. Then there was the great flood and the story of Noah. God then chose a man named Abraham to be the father of a mighty nation, the nation of Israel. And when Genesis ends, that nation is starting to grow.
In Exodus, that great nation was captured and brought into Egypt to slavery. But God sent a man named Moses to free them out of slavery and to cross the Red Sea. So God split the Red Sea and they parted across toward the Promised Land on dry ground.
Yes. And then the next book, Leviticus, God gave His people His laws. Now these laws tell us what sin is and how God expects us to treat other people. So God chose special people called the Levites. Now what they were going to do, they were going to teach these laws. Okay? Now, they wore little boxes on their heads that had the law written on it. They did this to keep the law close to their minds.
And then in Numbers, God told Moses to take a census. Now that's a fancy word for counting all the people.
Whew, man, that sounds like a big job. Man, how'd they do all that?
Well, they started in the beginning. There's 1, 2, 3,
Okay,
4.
that's a lot of counting. I get that. But finally, we come to Deuteronomy. Okay, and this is where Moses teaches the people God's law a second time. Why did he do that, Tom? Glad you asked. Because the people kept forgetting and kept on sinning.
Dude, I thought Deuteronomy was a book about surfing.
No, good gracious, that's silly. It's a book about teaching the law 2 times.
Oh man, now I get it. Dude, I thought that Deuteronomy was about surfing. I'm so sorry. Well, there you have it, kids. The first 5 books of the Bible. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. In the beginning, in Genesis, God created the world. And then in Exodus, God split the Red Sea for His people to go across on dry ground. In Leviticus, God gave His laws to put on their foreheads to know how to stop sinning. And then Numbers, God counted all those people. And then in Deuteronomy, that was a book about surfing. Dude.
No, it's Deuteronomy. It's not about surfing, Tom.
What's it about? The second law? You remember them the way you want to. I'll remember them the way I want to.
Hey, whatever makes it stick.